everyone, and welcome back to that YouTube show you finally settle for after 5 hours of scrolling cake decorating videos. That's right, this is Page Bait, the show where I react to the first 3 pages of some of the most popular books that I know absolutely nothing about. Today, I selected a book based on a very scientific process, which is in a couple weeks ago, I reviewed a book by Ilona Andrews, and y'all loved that episode. So I thought, why don't I do another book by Ilona Andrews? So here we are. By the way, one of you shared something interesting with me about Ilona Andrews in this comment here. Madeline7723. Ilona Andrews is a pseudonym for a husband and wife writing team. Love them. So that's very interesting. They are a husband and wife who have had a book baby. They are not, in fact, one person. That is very interesting, and kudos to them for doing that. Here we are. Burn for me. This cover is very like it's just a flower, but it looks like it's jumping out and wants to kill me. So let's jump in. I thought this was an interesting cover for me. Burn for me. A hidden legacy novel. Dedication, contents, acknowledgments, preface, prologue, prologue, prologue. Chapter 1. Here's what we want. All men are liars. All women are liars too. You can tell that this was written by a husband and wife team just from those 2 lines. That's called working together, talking it out, having a healthy marriage right there. I learned that fact when I was 2 years old, and my grandmother told me that if I was a good girl and sat still, the shot the doctor was about to give me wouldn't hurt. Yet that's a lie. Don't lie to your kids about that. They're not dumb. They know it hurts, okay? Just don't. It was the first time my young brain connected the unsettling feeling of my magic talent detecting a lie to the action of other people. You don't actually need to be magic to know that that's a lie, but I'll roll with it. People lie for many reasons: to save themselves, to get out of trouble, to avoid hurting someone's feelings. Manipulators lie to get what they want. Narcissists lie to make themselves seem grand to others and themselves. Recovering alcoholics lie to safeguard their tattered reputations. And those who love us lie most of all, because life is a bumpy ride and they want to smooth it out as much as possible. So this is a fantastic opening to this book. Like, yeah, so many of these books that I've been sampling in this series are written, like, even just the writing style for some reason seems like dark and depressing, and I don't know, something about, like, it's not like it's dealing with happy-go-lucky stuff, but something about the style is just like it's pulling me into the story and giving me a glimpse of how the main character looks at the world. John Rucker lied because he was a scumbag. I love that. Nothing about his appearance said, "Hey, I'm a despicable human being." As he stepped out of the hotel elevator, he seemed like a perfectly pleasant man. Tall and fit, he had brown, slightly wavy hair with just enough gray on his temples to make him look distinguished. His face was the kind of face you would expect a successful athletic man in his 40s to have: masculine, clean-shaven, and confident. He was that handsome, well-dressed dad at the junior college football league yelling encouragements at his kid. He was a trusted stockbroker who would never steer his clients wrong. Smart, successful, solid as a rock. No, he's not like a stockbroker. I mean, maybe he is partly, but this guy's in marketing. She's looking at this guy the way we're describing this guy, and the fact that we know he's a liar. He's either in marketing or maybe he's a lawyer. That explains this entire description. And the beautiful redhead holding hands with him was not his wife. Ooh, my. John's wife was named Liz, and 2 days ago she hired me to find out if he was cheating on her. She had caught him cheating before, 10 months ago, and she told him that his next one would be his last. John and the redhead drifted across the hotel lobby. I sat in the lobby's lounge area, half hidden behind a bushy plant, and pretended to be absorbed in my cell phone, while the small digital camera hidden in my black crocheted purse recorded the lovebirds. The purse had been chosen precisely for its decorative holes. Okay, so this is phenomenal because not only do we have a writing style that just flows really well, like y'all know, if you've been following the show, you all know me. I stumble over sentences all over the place. And this one I'm not having that problem because just the way it's written, is so it just rolls off the tongue so easily. I love that about this. And we are jumping right into the action. Also, the main character who's narrating, so many of these books she'd be like just being angsty about her past. No, this girl is here to do, I'm assuming it's a lady because she has a purse, but maybe not. She's here to do a job as a detective. She's not being like, nobody understands me. Guy reminded me of my ex who was a scumbag. Like, no, she's not like narcissistic. Why are so many books from the POV of narcissists? I don't know. This one is nice though. She's here to do business. That tells me a lot about her. Yet she's also told me that she has some trust issues because she knows when people are lying. So there's that too. Wrecker and his date stopped a few feet away from me. I furiously shot birds at the snide green pigs on my screen. Move along, nothing to see, just a young blonde woman playing with her phone by some shrubbery. The editor's like, you can't say angry birds. You can't say that. You can't say that. We might get in trouble. I love you, the redhead said. True, deluded fool. The pigs laughed at me. I really sucked at this game. Me too. I was never good at that game. Where's it go? Come back! There you go. A familiar irritation built inside me, as if an invisible fly was buzzing around my head. My magic clicked. John was lying. Surprise, surprise. I felt sorry for Liz. They had been married for 9 years with two children, an 8-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl. She showed me pictures when she hired me. Now their marriage was about to sink like the Titanic, and I was watching the iceberg approach. Do you mean that? The redhead asked, looking at him with complete adoration. Yes, you know I do. I don't know why I gave him that voice. Magic buzzed again. Lie. This kind of reminds me of that show Poker Face about the girl who knows when people are lying. Though they don't say it's magic with her, but basically like it is magic. But that's a great TV show. If you like this book, y'all should watch that too. And that's why I think I like this book so much. Most people found lying stressful. Distorting the truth and coming up with a plausible alternative version of reality required a good memory and an agile mind. When John Rutger lied, he did it to your face, looking straight into your eyes. And he seemed really convincing. Marketing, he probably makes marketing for like health food or something like that. I wish I wish we could be together, the redhead said. I'm tired of hiding. I know, but now isn't the right time. I'm working on it, don't worry. My cousins had run his lineage. John wasn't connected to any of the important magical families whose corporations owned Houston. Oh, that's interesting. We got magic kind of out in the United States, modern United States. He had no criminal history, but still something about the way he carried himself set me on edge. My instincts said he was dangerous, and I trusted my instincts. We also ran a credit check. John couldn't afford a divorce. His record as a stockbroker was acceptable, but not stellar. He was mortgaged up to his gills. What wealth he had was tied up in stocks, and divvying them up would be expensive. He knew it, too, and took pains to cover his tracks. He and the redhead had arrived in separate cars 20 minutes apart. He'd probably let her leave first, and, judging by the tense line of his back, his open display of affection in the lobby wasn't part of his plan. The redhead opened her mouth, and John bent down and dutifully kissed her. Liz would pay us $1,000 when we brought her proof. It was all she could get her hands on without John knowing about it. It wasn't much, but we weren't in a position to turn down work, and as far as jobs went, this one was simple. Once they walked out of the hotel, I'd leave through the side exit, notify Liz, and collect our fee. The hotel doors swung open, and Liz Rutger walked into the lobby. My nerves came to a tension. Why? Why don't people ever listen to me? We had expressly agreed that she wouldn't do any sleuthing on her own. Nothing good ever came of it. Liz saw them kissing and went white as a sheet. John let go of his mistress, his face shocked. The redhead stared at Liz, horrified. This isn't what it looks like, John said. It was exactly what it looked like. Oh, yes! Give me a Ron Howard moment. I love that. I call it a Ron Howard moment because if you've seen the show Arrested Development, it's a which Ron Howard narrates. It's pretty common that a character will say something and then he'll jump in and just directly contradict whatever the character said, and it is so funny, and I just love it when authors do that. So I'm in my happy place. This book is excellent so far. It was exactly what it looked like. Hi, Liz said, shockingly loud, her voice brittle. Who are you? Because I'm his wife! The redhead turned and fled into the depths of the hotel. Liz turned to her husband. You! Let's not do this here. Now you're concerned with appearances? Now? Elizabeth! His voice vibrated with command. Uh-oh. You ruined us! You ruined everything! Listen! She opened her mouth. The words took a second to come out, as if she had to force them. I want a divorce! I've been working for the family business since I was 17, and I saw the precise moment adrenaline hit John's system. Some guys get red-faced and start screaming, some might freeze, and those are your fear biters. Pushing too far, they will get unpredictable. John Rutger went flat. All emotions drained from his face, his eyes opened wide, and behind them a hard, calculating mind evaluated the situation with icy precision. Okay, John said quietly. Let's talk about this. It's more than us. It's also the kids. Oh, manipulation master. Come, I'll take you home. He reached for her arm. Don't touch me, she hissed. Liz, he said, his voice perfectly reasonable, his eyes focused and predatory, like the hard stare of a sniper sighting his target. This isn't a conversation for the hotel lobby. Don't make a scene. We're better than that. I'll drive. There was no way I could let Liz get into his car. His eyes told me that if I let him gain control of her, I would never see her again. I moved fast and put myself between them. Nevada? Liz blinked, thrown off track. Walk away, I told her. Who is this? John focused on me. Okay, guys, so I'm technically past 3 pages and I'm supposed to stop here, but this is such a great scene and it moves so fast and oh, I love it. I love it. This is great. This is the first book in this series where I'm reading it and I'm like, I need to go get the audiobook like right now, like right after we're done here. So, you know what I think? I think it is. I think it is basically like mystery, which I love. I love mystery, though I have not written one yet. It is, I don't know if I could. It's on my to-do list. It's on my to-do bucket list. But it's also got fantasy elements, like Middle fantasy elements, which I also really like. Plus, it doesn't have all the dark, gooey, sickening angst that a lot of fantasy books do that I don't really like very much. So this book is a Katie book, I think. I will give this the Katie rating of approval based on the first 3 pages. I mean, it can always go south. That has happened with books before. They're great, and then, then the end there's something horrible happens. I don't know. But anyway, if you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, well, I'm pretty surprised. I would go ahead and like and subscribe to somebody else's channel because this one sucks. But if you're a glutton for punishment and want to stick around and see me I'm not interviewing anyone, read and react to another book, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what book you would like to be. And assuming it's a book I know little or nothing about, I will absolutely react to that for you. Until next time, I'll see you later.